You know what? I wanted to see the world. I originally grew up in Rubicon, so I went off to college to be a registered nurse. And during Vietnam, you either avoided it or you went for it. And as a nurse, I felt like I was Florence Nightingale. I was going to save the world. When you're young, you live in a bubble. And the military helped me to get through school because I came from a family of seven, and I was the middle child, and I was the only one that went off to school. And my dad said, Judy, you got to pay us back because it wouldn't be fair to the other kids. With a big family, why, you know what I mean. So anyway, I said, yeah, Dad, no problem. At that time, they were coming to the school to recruit nurses. They needed them in Vietnam and such. So the little cash register in my mind was just a clicking when they said, we will pay you. It's like an ROTC program. We'll pay you in your senior year as if you were a private in the military. So when you join up, you have to pay twice the amount. You always have to pay twice the amount of active duty time. So it turns out it was 3 years because I was in 1 year when I was in school as a private, and then I went in to basic training, and then I was an officer. I was a lieutenant. So I ran up and got that paper right away. I was the first one up there because I'm thinking, I'm going to pay my dad back right away as long as they start paying me. I'm very frugal, grew up in a big family, and I thought, I can start paying my dad back right away. But believe it or not, at that time, I know I was under 21, obviously, because I was 21 when I graduated, or 20, or whatever. Anyway, and I went home and I told Mom and Dad, I'm going into the service. Now you're white, German, Catholic. No girl goes into the military. And they wouldn't sign. I had to have my parents sign the paper at that time. Why would I have to have my paper? When the guys could go in, they could go in at 18. I know I needed their signature because I argued with them. So it's Sunday night. I'm ready to go back to school, and they wouldn't sign. They still hadn't signed. So finally I said to Mom and Dad, I said, you know what? I'm already out of the home. I am what I will be. I mean, you've done the best job you could of raising me. Dad looked at Mom looked at Dad and said, yeah, she's right. They signed me off. So after I graduated in state boards, then I went into basic training, and then I was stationed at Leonard Wood, Missouri. And then they were called hardship tours in the 60s. And the Vietnam and Korea were considered hardship tours. I really wanted to go to Vietnam. And at that time, they call it a compliment. They said, right now at this time, we have enough nurses, but just wait a little bit because you rotate out, of course. And if I really seriously wanted to go, and then they said, but we do have an opening in Korea. I said, okay, send me to Korea because then I could go right away. So I went right away to Korea. Actually, I went the end of November of 67. And you're there, it's actually a 13-month tour. It's over a year. So then I was there the whole full of 68. So